This Mayor Ron Anders with the Mayor's Minutes from our March 21st Auburn City Council meeting. Last night during the Committee of the Whole, the City Council made a determination through a discussion led by Mayor Pro Tem Beth Whitten to postpone the appointment for the two vacancies on our East Alabama Mental Health Board. We will reopen these applications and make these appointments on April the 18th. Certainly, if you have an interest or curiosity about what East Alabama Mental Health does for our community, which is a lot, then I encourage you to go to their website, certainly come to the city's website, and inform yourself with how often they meet and what are some of the decisions that they make. And if you're interested, please fill out an application and we will consider it in the month of April. The City Council also gave the approval for myself to attend the Alabama League of Municipalities annual convention in Birmingham in May and to be able to cast votes on behalf of the city for officers and board members for the Alabama League of Municipalities. And then also during the Committee of the Whole, Councilman Kelly Griswold asked the City Council to allow for a discussion at our next Committee of the Whole, at our April 4th meeting, to discuss scooters and what is our policy with scooters in and around our community. As many of us are fully aware, there are more scooters in Auburn than there have ever been. And what exactly are the rules of engagement for scooters in our community? So we'll get a report from our public safety professionals and have a better understanding of what scooters' rights are in our community and what the expectations can be for our citizens. As we got into our regular agenda last night, City Council approved an alcohol beverage license for a new restaurant, Don Julio's, doing business at 2356 Moores Mill Road. The City Council approved a contract with CDG for coring and pavement evaluation. This is related to the FY23 street resurfacing projects. These are 5 roads that we'll be doing these core samples from. They're Farmville, Mill Creek, Shelton Mill, Terra Lane, and Webster. There are a number of other roads that the City Council will be resurfacing this year, but these 5 roads will only receive asphalt rehab and resurfacing. If you have any questions, certainly let us know and we can get those answered for you. And then the City Council also authorized a grant agreement with the National Fish and Wildlife Foundation. This related to the H.C. Morgan water plant, and there will be over 2,000 trees planted in and around the H.C. Morgan plant. There will be over 2 acres of native plants. There will be a number of great partnerships with Auburn University and with young people, including the Girl Scouts of Alabama and the Auburn University Bee Lab. And this will also affect Parkinson Mill Creek. If you have any questions about any of that, don't hesitate to let us know. City Council also approved the authorization of traffic calming devices on Fairway Drive. This was postponed from our last meeting on March the 14th, so Councilman Matt Koblenz could be there to ask a few questions. Ultimately, the City Council did approve these. The locations of these traffic calming devices are on our agenda, that you can look those up. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let us know. Under resolutions last night, conditional uses, the City Council approved a conditional use for a performance residential development at 152 Bragg Avenue. This property will have a commercial use on the bottom floor, and they will have 4 units that would include 12 bedrooms on the top floors. And then the City Council reapproved a conditional use for their new Ridgecrest Housing Authority complex located at 945 North Donahue Drive. This was approved over 18 months ago. And with our rules and the way our ordinance works, if you have not begun your project within 18 months, you have to reapply for your conditional use. We are very excited about this project. There will be the replacement of 106 units that will be done in 2 phases, and then a third phase will have 70 units that will be focused on senior citizens. There will also be the privatizing of streets within this complex that will allow relieve setback policy and allow the buildings and the units to be built closer to the curb. We're just very excited of what's going to happen for our residents of the Ridgecrest neighborhood and thankful for where they'll be able to live and enjoy their time here in Auburn in the future. Thank you, Sharon Talbert and Auburn Housing Authority, for your hard work. Under Mayor's announcements, I want to remind everyone that this Saturday is Hazardous Waste Collection Day, and if you have those things in your house that you don't know what to do with, that you know that you don't need to put in the trash can or put out by the street and you're not quite sure what to do, please take them by our Environmental Services Department between 9 and 1 on Saturday, and we'll help you work through those. If in fact we can take those materials from you, then we'll do that and dispose of them ourselves. Also, the Empty Bowls event is this weekend. This is a wonderful fundraiser for the Food Bank of East Alabama at Kiesel Park. Information is on their website. And the big event is this weekend, where we have thousands of Auburn University students who serve our communities on this Saturday in an effort to reach out to Auburn and make our world a better place. I thank the students for having such great enthusiasm to want to serve Auburn, and thank you for all the organizers of the big event. And finally, I want to say thank you to two members of our community that have recently passed. Mr. Mac Lazenby, who recently served on our planning commission, passed away recently. Thank you, Mac, and thank you to your family for allowing Mac to be a part of our planning commission. He did a great job. And Miss Carolyn Matthews, who served on the city council for 10 years, served on our school board for 10 years, served many other nonprofits in the Auburn community, also recently passed away. She and her husband, Dr. Jimmy Matthews, were gigantic Auburn fans and attended every Auburn sporting event that occurred in the city of Auburn, and went to a lot of them out of town. But Carolyn was a wonderful citizen of Auburn, and she will be missed. This is Mayor Ron Anders with the Mayor's Minutes.